the thing with generators is sometimes generators can get very in their heads and they get very excited about something. And I think that's availability of energy. If you're excited about something, it doesn't mean you have energy available to you. You have to respond to something. So someone asking you a question or walking down the street and seeing a poster, you have to respond outside of yourself. So something prompts it, you respond and you go, yes, I want to do it. So sometimes generators get very in their head and they're like, I want to do this and I want to do this, or I don't want to do this and I do want to. The energy availability isn't a mental buzziness. It's a very just like a door opening. It's like, yep, energy's flowing. Don't know why. It's not even buzzy, exciting. It's just there. Energy is there. I can work the car. I can drive the car. Or it will feel like a contraction. It's like an expansion or contraction of energy that some people describe it. Regardless of what age you come to human design, you can always use it and change things overnight. It just requires a lot of surrenderment, and there's a lot of deconditioning that needs to take place. Those cellular regeneration that takes 7 years. So it can take a while to completely decondition from, if you've come later on in life, whether it's 20, 30, 40, 50, doesn't matter. It's the cycles that you have to decondition from, but still completely usable and still completely practical. Something you can definitely experiment with still. It's actually really difficult to look at someone and know them for a bit and be like, you're a generator or you're a projector, because we don't know if they're true self or not self. There are stereotypes of, yes, projectors are here to guide and generators are here to go, go, go. But there are so many different types of generators. And although generators are 70% of the world, there is this misconception that that makes you not unique or means that you fit in. Yeah. When actually generators are just as unique as all of us. So everyone's chart is like 1 in a trillion. You've got 26 different imprinting factors. Every single one of those 26 different imprinting factors has one of 1,080 different variations of itself. The charts are very, very, very unique. This idea of generators always being busy or always doing and not interested in other people and never doing self-development is a myth. This is all myth. Like we said before, your chart is a 6-2 most likely. And the 6-2 tends to sleep a lot more, tends to have gone through a lot more life lessons, a lot more self-development, a lot more inward looking, a lot more kind of outward looking at life, things like this, lots of lessons that needed to be learned. So there are misconceptions about generators. And I feel when people come to human design, there's always a mental process that goes on, whether it's because someone's told you this or whatever it is, but they'll come and be like, oh, I don't want to be a projector. I want to be a generator. Or it'll be a manifestor. Like, no, I don't want to be a manifestor. I want to be a generator. Or a generator's like, I don't want to be that. I want to be a manifestor. They've got power. It's all nonsense. It's all myth. This is literally looking at how your vehicle was designed and going, this is your mechanics. This is your, as Anne would say it, your label of how to wash your clothing. It's like your instruction manual. It's your birth information. It makes absolutely no difference about what energy type you are. It just affects how you do life. But it doesn't mean it's better or worse, or there's a stereotype, or a manifestor can't guide, or a generator can't guide. So I'm hoping this is a bit more empowering. We've just kind of got rid of all those stereotypes, because they come in with myths about human design, and I hope this is more empowering. It doesn't matter, you are still you. What you know to be you is truth. Let's empower this. The generator gets its energy from the sacral energy, so it's that red square in the chart. You've got other motors, and it depends on what else is defined in your chart. I believe in your chart you've also got the root center defined. That's just from memory of what I saw. I can see it in my head. It's like a photographic thing, like I can see your chart in my mind. So generators get most of their energy, or the majority of their energy, or pretty much all of their energy, the consistent energy, from the sacral energy. That's life force energy. And that's the one that is like a power pack that regenerates overnight, recharges, and you get a new tank of energy. However, just because you have a center in your chart doesn't mean you're not affected by unhealthy expressions of it. So if you have been using your generator sacral energy for things that you don't have the energy for, this is just one example, you would have been depleting that energy within there. It's kind of like, again, if you put diesel in an unleaded car, it's still going to sputter if you don't get that energy out. So if you're still carrying on with doing tasks that aren't serving you, that aren't in alignment, that are draining your energy levels, that don't light you up, you are damaging that biological correlation to your body. So you won't recharge overnight. You will need more sleep. You will be fatigued. Now, again, this is just a very brief thing without knowing all the kind of ins and outs, and there's loads of different reasons it could be. But the majority of the time, it's because there is an imbalance between doing things that are satisfying and doing things that are frustrated. Therefore, you're depleting your energy rather than restoring it. So there's no way of recharging overnight if there's a backlog of things that you need to get out of your life first, and to give yourself that respite to recover first, to decondition from, and then you move into this lit up, satisfying energy. But it has to do the switch. It doesn't change overnight if you're not in it already. And this is the thing, because generators, if they are doing something they love, like genuinely something they love, and it is truly aligned, you can still push your boundaries too much if you're not listening to your availability of energy. Therefore, you're going to burn yourself out and still have this mismatch and feeling like you're throwing up after performing. Because the thing is with generators is, when you are truly aligned to what you're doing, sometimes you can be so engrossed with the things that you're doing that you forget to stop. As a projector, I know that I'll witness generators working and I'll be like, have you had lunch? And they're like, no. And I'm like, do you want lunch? Yes. This kind of sacral response of, are you hungry? Are you tired? But without that, I mean, it's kind of a sign that you are aligned, but also a sign that you might be ignoring the signals within your body because you are so engrossed in it. So it's a kind of two-way street there, and it depends on what's going on in the situation. The mind is always stronger. And through the rounds of conditioning that you would have been in before coming to human design, so it's 7-year cycles for the cellular regeneration. So the more you're in these 7-year cycles of learning not to trust your energy levels and just reasoning things through, your mind's only got stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. So your mind is coming from places where it's reasoning for and against. From looking at your chart, you've got those 3 centers that are undefined. Told you, photographic memory kind of thing with this type of thing. Photographic memory with charts. You are looking into the 3 areas, which are your identity center or your G center, your ego center, your heart center, and your emotional solar plexus center. So your mind is going, well, I've got to keep going because I've got to prove my worth, because this is my identity. And I don't want to upset someone. Like I've got to just keep pushing through. They wanted me to do this. I promised them that I was going to do this. You're incredibly nurturing. You're going to force that because of your channel that you've got there. And you're going to force it because you're trying to help and be of assistance. Therefore, you're ignoring your energy levels. You are someone, I'm thinking back to the channel that you are someone that has a channel which is incredibly nurturing and is there to preserve life. You will have a tendency to say yes to caring for people because you feel like that will lead to you finding your purpose in life. However, if you're not listening to your energy levels and you're just trying to force it with your mind, it's again not going to work and it can deplete you. So the sacral is your energy, but yes, you have to relearn how to access that through some people say the sacral voice. It's like, these type of things. Or it's this kind of expansion or contraction of energy. You're looking for a hell yes, or anything else is a no. If it's an I don't know, it's a no. If it's a maybe, it's a no. If it's maybe later, it's a no. If it's a no, it's a no. But it's got to be a yes, a hell yes. And that's when you do things.